One of the big benefits of using Navattic is that you're not capturing screenshots of your product. You are capturing HTML captures. So what that means is you're capturing the underlying code. And the big benefit of that is that you can edit it. So you can change the text, you can change the data that you show in tables. You can remove things on the page that are just clutter and noise. And if you do that individually for every individual screen, that can be a huge pain. If you want to change something in your nav, the thought of doing that for 20, 30 different captures is overwhelming, take you a lot of time. But what I want to show you in this video is how you can do this once using Navattic and then apply it to your entire collection of captures, which is going to save you a ton of time and make sure you make consistent demos and be able to do updates really easily. So let me show you how it works in Navattic. All right, I'm in Navattic right now, and what I want to do is build out a demo for PostHog. And so I'm a PostHog user. I went and grabbed a bunch of screenshots from my app. And so naturally, there's going to be a number of things that are consistent across all these screenshots. So let's click into one here. Okay, great. I can see there's a left-hand menu. There's also this ad blocker tip here at the top. There are things on this page that either I want to remove, and I want to remove them across all instances of that screenshot, or maybe let's say it's 6 months down the road and our UI changes. And this is something I know happens all the time. And you might want to change or remove something from the UI. And then you're like, oh my God, I need to do this across all kinds of screenshots. So do not worry. In those cases, come into your screen capture collection, click on edit, and then let's go ahead and change and remove some things. So up here at the top, this ad blocker. For a demo like this, I don't need to show this up here. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to go to appearance and I'm just going to delete it. Okay, cool. Already the screen is starting to get cleaner. There's less clutter. Even if, for example, for the sake of this demo, didn't want to show these things up here, I could delete these as well. I'm a big fan of just removing things just if they're not relevant to the demo itself, just to make it that much easier for people to be able to follow along. Okay, so that is something that I think is a not often used tool to be able to remove clutter and just show people the things that matter to them. But let's also say this is 6 months down the road and no longer in this bottom left corner do we have, let's say, a health button option. So I want to delete that. Cool. Clean that out of there. So you're updating, like the UI is changing, and maybe there's no longer a settings tab here that no longer exists in our UI, and we don't want to show it and confuse people. So I'm going to delete that as well. Okay, so let's also say that we are in our app and I want to maybe, some of these things are, it's from a customer instance and I don't want this information to show, like maybe what website is being shown here. Then I can come over here and under appearance, I can blur that. There is all kinds of things that you can do here. You can also use magic editors to edit a bunch of things in a screenshot really easy. Things like being able to use table AI. If you have a table full of data and it's messy data that's from like some demo instance and it's a bunch of like zeros and null amounts and things like that, you can use table AI to automatically update that table data. So the beauty of it is that I've come in here to this one capture and I've edited it pretty substantially to make it, one, a better experience, but two, remove things in the UI that maybe are no longer relevant since I first captured this. And then also maybe I can hide things or blur things that might be sensitive information I don't want to show. So naturally, after you do all of this, you might be wondering to yourself, okay, I've done a lot of changes here. Do I have to go and do this to every instance of this screenshot? Right? Or not even of this specific screenshot, but every instance that we've done of this type of page with this, say, menu on the left and that sort of thing. And the answer is no. So up here, you see this checkbox when I want to save this, apply edits to the entire collection. Right? What it says is edits will apply to new and existing captures in the collection if a matching element is found. So it's actually going to look for elements that the same element on all your different screen captures. So I'm sure going to check that box. I'm going to hit confirm. And it's removing that stuff from everywhere. And so, we had that little health thing in the bottom left. We want to make sure that that's removed. Okay, so I'm done there. I'm going to come back. I'm going to go open up a different screen capture. Boom, the health thing at the bottom, that's gone. Right, so you can tell that across all my screen captures, any edit that I've made to one, I apply it to the whole collection, and it's done in bulk. So as you could imagine, as you start to build out multiple demos and you have screen captures of your app being used in all kinds of places, and the thought of one simple UI change meaning a ton of work, the beauty of this is that you can just come in, edit one capture, apply it to everything in that collection, and that element everywhere will be altered, removed, changed, and so on. So this is gonna make your life a lot easier. You can see here the power of being able to edit screen captures in general. You can do a lot with this to be able to make the perfect experience with exactly what you want to show people, but you can actually do it quite easily and fast across this like a whole mass of screen captures that you take. So hopefully this comes in handy. It's going to save you a lot of time. And if you have questions about this or anything like that, just let us know. All right, cheers.